Hello and welcome to another episode of the Ground Control Branching Out podcast. I'm your humble host Neil Bailey, and in today's episode we are talking to the amazing Amanda Manning, Events Coordinator Extraordinaire. You need an event organising, Amanda is the one you need. So let's get straight down to it. Amanda, thanks for being on the podcast. If you would for us, please introduce yourself.
I will do. I'm Amanda Manning. I'm the events organiser at Ground Control.
Okay, lovely. And what does that mean? What do you do?
What doesn't it mean? It's a very varied job. It's a very reactive job. It can mean anything from booking a meeting room for 2 or 3 people for a meeting around the country to organising the summer conferences and parties for over 500-600 people. So yeah, there's a real range, real variety.
Okay. What does a typical day look like, or week, if that's easier?
Yeah, typical day or week will be requests for external meeting rooms, possibly. If they're running, EA have done some recently, utilities have done some recently, some workshops that they're working on, divisional meetings. Yeah, requests for divisional meetings. I've got some Christmas parties, believe it or not, that were carried over from December because they were too busy in December. They're holding theirs. So I've just booked some for Rail for West. I've just booked some for Rail for North. The gifts also. I'm the gift buyer at Ground Control, so unfortunately there are some sympathy flowers to send out. The requests come to me. If somebody has a thank you gift received, generally requested through me, and then I send it out. Congratulations gifts come from me as well. So any kind of gift comes through me because I am the credit card holder of Ground Control.
Okay, the one with the power.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
So who, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, who can make use of your services?
Yes. Well, funny enough, actually, some people probably don't know what I do. And I got an email last week from a very nice chap asking if I knew how to find out what meeting rooms he could book and would it just be Google? And I went, no, that's me. That's what I do. That's my job. Please don't book meeting rooms yourself because you'll do me out of a job. So anyone really, as long as it's authorised, obviously, through an Exco member or exec member, anyone can request my services if they have a meeting room, if they have a divisional meeting, if there's an away day planned. A lot of divisions do quarterly meetings, so Freddie holds a quarterly meeting with his whole team, so I book all of those for him. Yeah, people have meetings, BD have meetings all together, generally quarterly. So if they don't fit in any of the meeting rooms at Billericay or in the if the London office, if it's expanded from that, then anyone can ask me to do that, definitely. Gifts as well, as long as it's signed off by an exco and it's been authorised, then all gifts can come through me as well.
Okay, so I guess it's kind of maybe a similar question, but maybe not. What, if any, misconceptions are there out there in the business of what you do that you could clear up?
I don't know. I'm not sure there are any misconceptions.
Okay.
Maybe that people can't come to me for things like that.
Right.
Or I think I'm often thought of as the go-to person because I have been here for quite a while and I work cross-functionally. I'm often asked to do things that actually might not be in my remit to do, but if they ask nicely, I generally do. Or at least point them in the right direction as to where it should go or who should be doing it.
Yeah. And what are some of the main challenges in what you do?
The main challenge is getting people to accept appointments to events and things, providing information on their dietary requests. I think people just will sometimes just turn up at a venue that I booked and think it was just a 2-minute click of a few little bits on the keyboard, but actually there's a lot more involved in that. If there's a member of staff there that has an allergy, the venue needs to be aware of. If they are gluten-free, if they are vegan, if they eat halal, follow different kinds of diets, we have to let people know that. They need to know how many people are going to be in the room, what kind of layout, what AV is required. So all of this kind of information is needed in order to book the best and the best value room meeting venue and to ensure that their event or their meeting goes smoothly. So there's quite a lot involved in that, a lot more than I think people possibly think.
Yeah. Okay. So give me a bit more on that then. So what are the kind of things that you have to take into account and either ask for or sort out?
Things that again people take into just to assume is standard is just parking. Sometimes parking at an event.
Yes,
If
of
I'm
course.
booking, yeah, if I'm booking a hotel that a meeting was wanted and they want it as close to Birmingham New Street as possible, but they might have 10 people driving in. That hotel isn't going to offer free parking. So much as
Of
the room
course.
height might be a reasonable cost, it might be really convenient for them coming in on the train. Actually, you've got 10 attendees to that meeting that are going to have to spend up to maybe £20 to £25 to
Yeah.
park their car
Yeah.
in a hotel. So if you went on an out of town hotel, you'd get free parking generally included in that. So things to take into consideration, I think, of that.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest challenges that I have is people cancelling at the last minute. That's a real
Right.
bugbear.
Yeah.
That's a real bugbear of mine, particularly with and I know some things happen, illnesses occur, and they're pulled onto a job, an offer job. But yeah, I think that's my biggest bugbear, that a lot of work goes into something like the summer party or the summer conference, or when we did the field team roadshows or client events, and people just pull out the day before or the day of. Can be quite frustrating, quite challenging to deal with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Keep a smile on my face.
Yeah. And have you always been in like events and this kind of organizing stuff?
No, no, not at all. I mean, I enjoy doing it in my personal life, so it made sense when this role came. Actually, no, my history of work actually was in the travel industry. Started off
Oh,
as a
well.
YTS, yeah, YTS trainee for Pictures Travel at 16
Oh,
years old.
YTS, those are the days.
Yeah, I went made £27 a week. I earned then. It was a long time ago. So I started off that. I worked my way up and then became a company trainer for a company called US Air Tours based in
Hmm.
South. And so I used to train all the staff about how to sell tickets, how to put itineraries together, etc., car hire, hotels, the whole package. Really enjoyed that, but then moved away from that area to Billericay 23 years ago when I had my children when they were going into school. So I took a bit of a sort of a hiatus off work. But I worked at Mayflower High School. I always point up there because
Oh,
that's
well.
where it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's up there somewhere,
Yeah.
in Billericay, and I worked with children with special needs for 10 years, which I
Brilliant.
absolutely love. It's really practical to work around the children and their school
Yeah.
holidays. It's a role I really, really enjoyed. But as education, if anyone's worked in education, it's very, very hard. It's hard work.
Yeah.
And as a special needs assistant, I didn't have a teaching degree, so I wasn't able to teach. So you don't earn the same kind of salary as
Of course.
teachers do. So it was a tough old job. It was a tough call to leave there, actually. I really enjoyed it, but I just wanted to hit the nose. I think actually I need to get my career back on track.
Yeah.
And I had somebody that I knew that worked at ground control. They recommended me, as happens with a lot of people, particularly in the office. And I joined the L&D team,
Oh,
working for
wow.
Chloe. Yeah, working
Yeah.
for Chloe under the people team. So I was learning and development. Well, I was assistant to start with, working with Jess Wilson
Yeah.
and myself and Chloe. And then a couple of others came and went in the meantime. And then the role developed. On the event side. So there was
Right.
a role for events and PA to the director of BD at the time, Andrew Hollier. So I was his PA and I was events organizer.
Right.
And then so that was so I've been here just over 8 years. So I
Oh,
had
brilliant.
about 3 years in L&D, and I've been 5 to 6 years, I think nearly it'll be 9 years this year, in events. So it was great. So Andrew changed roles and everything sort of developed over COVID. So the PA side of it was dropped, and
Right.
I'm 100% events and gifts.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's what I do.
Right. So we've also mentioned a little bit about the challenges. So if you forgive me for saying so, you always come across as very enthusiastic about what you do. You're very and you love getting stuff organised. So what do you love about the job?
I do love my job, actually. I'm really lucky, and I really like getting my teeth into something, which is great. I love organising the summer party and the summer conference. That's a huge one for me. Um, I like organising something that people enjoy attending,
Right.
which is a real thing for me. I do it in my personal life as well. I host a lot. Personally, my husband's a chef, so we often do
Oh, wow.
outside catering events as well. So it carries on out of work as well, actually. But no, I just really enjoy getting my teeth in, putting something together. So be it a meeting room, be it lunch, be it all of the Christmas events that I was asked to help and come up with suggestions. I get really chuffed when something comes together and people enjoy, or it goes smoothly, whatever event I organise, be it a business event or a social event.
Yes. Yeah. Tell us a bit about the outside of work organising then. I'm fascinated.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, my husband's a chef, he's an executive chef. He runs I think it's about 15 restaurants in
Oh,
London, in
wow.
the
Wow.
West End. So he's always been in that industry. He's always been a chef, and we love entertaining. We both really enjoy cooking. We love hosting. And people then sort of ask us, "Oh, would you help us do a dinner party, or would you do this for us?" And it does develop. Actually, we don't promote ourselves or put ourselves
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Outside of that, we're quite busy enough as it is. But if friends or we've been recommended through family and friends, we'll often host, and we'll do barbecues for people, dinner parties for people. So we've done a fair amount. We've got a couple coming up in the next couple of months. So no, it's enjoyable. It's something that we really like doing, and we work really well together as a team.
Yeah. And I remember hearing you talk about something where you were doing, it was something like a meal or something for kind of old folks or something like that, but you host them in your home.
Yeah, I do. I volunteer for an organisation that supports elderly people in Billericay that are on their own and could be quite lonely. And
Okay.
yeah, so this organisation does lots of things throughout the year with them. They take them to
Yeah.
South End, tips. They might take them to a garden, one of the open gardens, things like that. And people volunteer to host them in their house. So yeah, I'm already booked in for this year.
Okay.
Successful. Yeah, it was really successful the last few years. I've done afternoon tea, so I think I might mix it up a little bit this year. But yeah, I think it's around about 14th of September or something. I think I've got them over 15th of September. I've got them coming over to my
Right.
garden and my house, which will be really nice. And yeah, I really enjoy doing it. I get a real buzz out of it as well. They're so
I'll bet.
lovely, grateful. Some of them have carers and they come with them as well. And just listening to some of the stories, they've had really interesting lives, these ladies. And there's one gent in there,
Oh,
bless him. With all these ladies, he doesn't get a word of edgeways, bless him. But they're lovely, and some of the history and some of them what they've done and where they've
yeah.
worked. Some are teachers, one was a solicitor. So no, it's really interesting and I love it. Yeah, I do get a real buzz out of volunteering.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're doing a lot of head stuff, a lot of organizing. I'm trying to avoid talking about spinning plates, but it's still kind of apt.
Yeah.
So what do you do to stop? What do you do to recharge personally?
I don't know. I don't really like stopping, to be
Oh,
honest. I quite like to carry it on when I get home, just loads of plates. I mean, I walk my dog. I love walking my dog. Those that come in here on a Friday will have met Hugo. Hugo, the most handsome dog in Billericay.
of
As
course.
I tell you quite often. He's lovely, and yeah, I love walking him. I completely shut out. I completely shut out everything, my to-do list, my work list, my inbox, my everything. So I think that is him. And cooking, I love cooking. I really, really do love cooking and hosting. So it's not a relaxing kind of thing. It's always on the
Yep.
go. I struggle to relax. I struggle to sit and watch a long film, or I struggle to watch something. So I'd actually prefer being on the go and keep going personally. Keep my
Yeah.
diary full. What's on?
Does chefy husband like you cooking?
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't, he never told me. No, he'd be in big trouble if he didn't like my cooking. No, yeah, he does. Yeah, we cook together and we really enjoy it. And actually, sometimes he doesn't want to cook when he comes home.
Of
It's a bit
course.
of
Yeah.
a holiday, isn't it? And the hours that he works as well, he's not always able to because he's working in restaurants,
Yeah.
etc. So yeah, we cook together, which is quite nice. And then I am a
Nice.
fair weather gardener. I do love my garden. I've
Right.
designed it from scratch and I love that. But I am a fair weather gardener. I haven't been out there for a while, apart from to pick up a couple of pots yesterday.
Interesting. And still staying on the chefy theme for the moment. So in a chefy style, what's your signature dish?
My signature. Well, I will say my husband says I make the best shepherd pie he's ever had. So
Oh,
I know it's
nice.
a bit of a basic one. It's only a bit of a basic one, but he's been asked that in interviews actually, funnily enough, like what's your ideal dish? What would be your
Yep.
dish if you and he often says my wife's shepherd's pie.
Very
So,
good.
so that's always a really good one. But I like sort of Moroccan dishes. I enjoy doing a lamb tagine, like traditional lamb tagine, and really
Yep.
cooking low and slow for a long time. I love lamb. Lamb's my favourite meat. So anything that I can, do lamb. But I'm also very partial to cooking a barbecue. I love a barbecue.
Oh,
But
yep.
doing different
That would
things
kind of
on the
make sense
barbecue.
being out in the garden, fair weather as well.
Yeah.
So
I love a barbecue. We've got a really nice garden, and I just love having people over and just having loads of stuff on the barbecue going and sharing it, having sort of sharing platters down the middle of the table.
yeah.
And yeah, that's probably what I'm known for. And yeah, I've catered for 40, 50 people in our garden for sort of
Wow.
celebrations and things. And yeah, love it. I'm in my element in an apron with a skewer and some tongs at the barbecue.
So kind of coming a little bit full circle back to the work stuff then. What's something you've had to organise that you're really proud of, that stands out for you?
Um, I would say two events. The first one, the Tower events that we used to hold. So the Tower of London, we maintain their grounds. We had the opportunity to attend the ceremony of the keys in the evening, where we
Oh,
invite clients
nice.
along,
Yep.
show off what we're capable of, a little bit of networking with their account directors, etc. But there's a lot of restrictions on there. There's a lot of restrictions on entrance and what you wear and what you do and what you say whilst
Right.
you're in there. So ensuring that goes smoothly is really important to us being invited back again. So I know the last couple of those that I've been involved in, I've been really, really proud of how they went. They were very successful. And the summer parties, I think last year's summer party, I think Jason said it in one of his town halls, was the best one yet. And I was really proud of last year's. I was really chuffed.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting doing all of that and leading up to it, but actually watching and seeing people enjoy themselves and feeding back to you afterwards. Yeah, I get a real buzz from that. I was really proud of that one last year.
Interesting. And I'm guessing from the way you're talking about it is also, certainly with those business-wide events, it's also not just the organising. I'm assuming you're probably kind of host with the most running around on the day as well and doing quite a lot of that.
Yeah, it is. It's all constant. Sometimes the equipment might go, or the electric switch because somebody's plugged in. Or they've run out of prosecco. That happened a couple of years ago. So I'm on the phone to the off license. Yeah, I need some more prosecco, please. Health and safety lighting in the fire pit last year. I was very, very aware of that. So much as I do enjoy the event, I'm working on those events because I want to make sure it goes smoothly. I've constantly got suppliers coming up to me going, I've run out of glasses, or something's happened over here, or would you like some more food? I've run out of the 150 that you paid for. Do you want any more? So it is constant. It is constant stuff. And there's a lot involved in that party, from all of the electrics, the AV, the spotlights, the toilets, everything that goes into that, all of the TPs and the setup of all of that, all the furniture hire, all of the food supplies. So it's a huge amount of work. It's lovely when you see it all come together.
Yeah. I'm guessing you're probably a bit of a list fiend then.
I'm a massive list fiend, and I've even got my to-do list here. It's old school. It's on a list with a tick box next to it, and I don't turn over the page until I've got through that tick list. Yeah, I'm a massive list person.
Interesting. And what is an event you would like to organise?
I want to well, I know this may not happen, but I would love to organise the winter and the Christmas event again that we used to hold. We used to hold it pre-COVID. We would have an all-company conference, so everyone was there, so you would get to meet everyone. Whereas the summer party is still divisional. You're very separated, and then you get to see the majority of people in the evening, but some people don't make the evening. But the winter conference we used to have, and I think if you ask a lot of sort of old timers here that have done that, that was always the best event of the year. It was a whole company conference that every division was there, sitting in the same room, listening to, obviously it was Marcus at the time talking about how we were doing, what our plans for the future were. The yearly awards were there, so everyone got the opportunity to be celebrated for the awards. We had speakers that came on. We had the owner of Dishoom there once. People from John Lewis, from Virgin, Darren appeared once for us before he joins us full time, and lots of speakers. Kim and Simon always used to get up there, and it's just something that brings everybody together. I would love an all company something in the future, be it Christmas, be it summer, because at the moment divisional is all separated, so you still only get to see really your peers that you work with. You don't see cross divisional. In the future I would love to organise. It might have to be at the XL or something, or at the NEC.
It'd have to be pretty big.
We've outgrown most venues, so I think practicality wise and money wise, I think it would be a huge deal. But that's something that I would love to organise, the whole company conference, see the whole of GC there.
I'm sure with one of our contracts, we've got an aircraft hangar we could hire somewhere, surely. So...
just give me an aircraft hangar. I'll turn it into a party and a conference.
I love it. I always finish each podcast with a completely non-work related question. And the one I've got in mind for you that I've been having to think actually is perfect, bearing in mind the chef, the cooking and things like that. So if you could have a meal with any 3 famous people, alive or dead, who would they be and why?
Oh gosh, okay, alive or dead. I'd have to choose a comedian be funny. Right, which comedian? I like Michael McIntyre. I would
Okay.
like him. I think he's really funny. I
Yep.
would like Audrey Hepburn because I just think she's
Oh,
beautiful and
yeah.
she's an absolute icon and just elegance, everything about her. I would love to be at a dinner party with her.
Nice.
And then, oh God, the third one. It's really tough, isn't it? Really, really
Yeah.
tough. Does it have to be a famous person?
No. You can go for it.
I would like to have dinner with my grandma again.
Nice. Very nice. Okay. Interesting. What a mix. That's
Yeah.
good. Thank you for that. Thanks so much, Amanda. It's been really good having you on the
Okay.
podcast.
Thanks, Neil. Take care.
Take care.
Well, there you go, everybody. Amanda Manning. Could have chatted to Amanda all day, and it's really good to know that Hugo is the most handsome dog in Billericay. It's very important to know these things. Thanks very much for listening. Please do subscribe, share, like, and until next time, take care.